Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Cool FM live broadcast of Cochise County Sports. Tonight, you got Paul on the call, and we have Cochise College basketball. The Apaches playing host tonight to the Community Christian College Saints, and what promises to be high-octane ACC, AC action conference games. Talking to everyone in the building here tonight at Cochise College, they think all the intensity is going to come from their basketball teams. This is the only game we have going tonight. The girls' game did get canceled as the Lady Saints could not field a full roster. The Apaches come in 18-8, and the Saints from Christian Community College come in at 2-20, 0-14 in conference. So Cochise College, very, very heavy favorites here tonight. Head boys basketball coach Tom Heck announcing the rosters for both teams. The Saints, as you can see, undermanned as they only bring 6 players that have traveled here to this ballgame. All right. A quick audio check. Folks, thanks again for joining us on Cool FM Live, where we broadcast our local high school, college, and little leagues free of charge. Ezekiel walks into the camera. How you doing today, Zeke? Pretty good, pretty good. We get this one underway as expected. Zambonete going right at this Saints defense, and 9 seconds, 1 bucket on the board already for the Cochise College. Everyone in this building very, very confident that they are going to get the win, and as well they should be. Cochise College 18-8 overall in the season, 2-20 these Saints from Christian Community College's Ben Henderson is going to rip this one. Gets it back, and already Ben Henderson showing up that we didn't know he had. Dunks that one home. 4-0. Apaches on top in the early going against the Saints. Saints with the ball now. They're going to work an open look, but missing at the rim is Jaden Dawes. Isaiah Smith is going to spot up an elbow three-pointer. He touches nothing but net. And under a minute into this ball game, it is 7-0 Apaches on top of these Saints from Christian Community College. Ball now in the hands of Termazi. He's going to try to drive in on Zambonete. He's losing the size battle on that one. Good defense from Alexander. And the ball will stay with the Saints. So again, thank you everyone for joining me on Cool FM Live. Do not forget to like the Cool FM Live sports page, which we're broadcasting on right now, the Cool FM Live page, and subscribe to the Cool FM YouTube channel, where we can broadcast a lot better than this. That one's going to be knocked away and going back with the Apaches. And what I love about this game so far, 7 points. This team is winless, the Saints, in conference play, but the Apaches are coming out with an intensity and a fire, which you have to do at this level. You cannot take anything lightly. We do have what might be a roster problem as we have our referee coming over to our scores table. We'll see if we can get this sorted away. While we get that sorted, I'd like to thank the people that brought us here. First and foremost, the Cochise College Athletic Department, bringing us out here to broadcast these incredible athletes. Everything is okay now. Also, Cool FM Live sponsors Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community. That's going to be MJ driving on the inside, kicks it out. Isaiah Smith all the way across. They get it over to Johnson. And Ben Henderson, wide open elbow three. He doesn't miss those. Rips the net open. 10-0. Less than 2 minutes gone in this ball game. Saints looking for their first points of the ball game. There's a number 5 that I do not have a name for, so I do apologize for that. This one's going to be turned over, but staying with the Saints. Good defensive effort there from Cochise College. But the ball will stay with Christian Community College, coming all the way from California. ACCAC, I learned how to split this season in their team, so Christian Community College answered the call to be part of the ACCAC, and their first year is not going the way they wanted to. There's only 8 seconds on this shot clock. And there's Anna, scorekeeper for Cochise College, saying we don't have our 5 on the roster either. So we're going to have to get that one sorted away. Daniel. Did he say Daniel? See? What did he say his name was? The guy. Maybe Diego? Did he say, is there 8? Diego, that's what he said. So that's going to be Diego Montone, wearing number 5 instead of number 8. That was the confusion. And here we are, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jebby throws this one away. He wants the foul call. Nothing doing. This ball coming back up to the Apaches. 10-0 your score, Cochise College Apaches, in a game they're expected to dominate, not just win, doing just that. MJ is going to be fouled on the inside. Elijah does not like that call. So we do see some of the Cochise Lady Apaches over there. Unfortunately, did not get to play tonight. And that will count as a forfeit against the Saints as Jace Johnson with the ball for the Apaches. Inside to MJ. Mark Glegg Jr., he's got the advantage. He is one of the better players in the ACCAC. He's going to draw the foul before the shot, so the ball will go back under the basket. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Don't hesitate to jump into our chat, folks. Let us know where you're cheering from and who you're cheering for. That's going to be a turnover. Sloppy from the Apaches. And the first points of the game, not going to happen. Jace Johnson gets up and rejects that one. Apaches bringing the ball back up court. Ben Henderson. Once again, Ben Henderson now with 7 early points in this ball game of the Cochise Apaches 12. This three-pointer is going to be up and off the front rim. No good from Tamazi. Jonathan David in the chat says, thanks for the live stream, Cool FM. Thank you, Jonathan, for joining us in Douglas, Arizona. Jace Johnson, an elbow three. That's 3 for 3 from three-point range for the Cochise College Apaches to start us off in this ballgame. 15-0. Apaches are ripping the net open here tonight in Douglas, Arizona. This one's going to be a baseline jumper, and finally, first points of the game for Victor Mendez and the Saints of Christian Community College. 15-2. The run the Apaches are on to start the game. Isaiah Smith, another elbow three-pointer. He does miss. And they want to go quickly. Termazi decides better of it, gets the ball over to Monten. Beshi with the ball now. That's going to be a deep three-pointer. That's going to be no good. Jaden Doss missing that one. Chase Johnson, the rebound for the Apaches. Ben Henderson, he's open. He decides better of it. Zambonete. He wants to drive baseline. Isaiah Smith is open, but only momentarily. That one's closed down. MJ, Mark Legg Jr. inside the paint. That's where he can do all his work. Mark Legg Jr., one of the better finishers that I've ever seen. Just get him next to the rim. Doesn't matter what the shot looks like. He's going to put it in. 17-2, 16 minutes to play in this first half. Termazi with the ball. Back out to Doss again, and this one in and out. So Jaden Doss starting to find a stroke, but does not count for any points yet. Henderson all the way across to Isaiah Smith, who misses wildly on that three-pointer. Contact underneath, nothing's called. Saints are going to try to come up court. Ben Henderson's going to knock this one away. Ball will remain with the Saints. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 15 on the game clock. Checking in for the Apaches, Naeem Colston checks in, and also Jackson Tunbridge, the best shooter in the nation, according to not just Zeke right next to me, but the entire Apache team. Saints inbound the ball. That's going to be to Beje. Termazi with the ball. He's going to pop up a three-pointer from the elbow. No good. Rebound. Naeem Colston getting his action early on. Going to drive inside the paint. Naeem Colston, that's way too easy for the Apaches. 19-2. A 17-point Apache lead. Zeke, we don't have the mic for you, but I'll tell you what. I'm here for this scoreline right now. I've been a part of some great games, but my heart can't take it anymore. So I'm okay with the 17-point lead. That's going to be a foul on the inside. I think it was on the shot as well, so we're going to have 2 free throws for Elijah Beji. And Beji up and good with the first one, so 19-3 your scoreline. Be the first time we get to see Chase Murray. Does he go by Murray or Murray? Because the Joker movie. Murray. I like saying it like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll shut up now. That second one's going to be no good. Colston with his second rebound in less than a minute. Jace Johnson with the ball. Tunbridge thought about it. Gets it back over to Johnson. Jackson Tunbridge doesn't need much space, but he thought better of that one. Jace Johnson now. He's going to drive on the inside. Too quick for this Saint defense. Jace Johnson up and in 21-3. 14:50 to play in this first half in Douglas, Arizona. Cochise College, 18-point lead. Termarzi's going to draw the foul on Naeem Colston, a blocking foul. Ezekiel Avando right next to me. Zeke, I don't know if you watch our Tuesday sports show live at 10 a.m., but we come out with all Cochisian teams now, which is like a play on All-American. Yeah. And so I was looking for Douglas basketball photos, and guess who I saw pop up on my feed? Ezekiel Avando. So you want to tell me how good you were as a basketball player, brother? I guess not if you could. Oh, did you really? In the 4-8 Gia? All right. I just thought that was a story you'd like to hear. And since it's 21-5, I don't think anyone's going to hold it against me for asking that question. Jace Johnson with the ball. That one's going to be knocked away. Good defense by Doss. Jaden Doss 0 for 3 from three-pointer. This is the one thing I was talking to everyone, because everyone obviously in Cochise College is very much expecting a win. And a blowout victory at that, as Murray, good drop inside to Colston, couldn't finish. But for me, oh, shut up, Paul. Chase Murray with the slam dunk home. They're going to get a technical foul on Chase Murray for hanging on the rim, but in my mind, that's totally worth it. 23-5, 13:57 to play in this first half. He hung on the rim. Zeke, he hung on the rim, brother. What do you want me to tell you? You know the rules. All right. This is why you don't have a mic in front of you. I had nothing to do that I completely forgot. But technical free throw is going to be up, and ball never lies. What do you guys say now, Zeke? Tamarzi puts that one in, 23-6, your score line. But going back to what I was saying on that story is, for me, life lessons, there's no better place to learn them than in sports. And so just fielding the team is half the battle. And honestly, when you are out, man, like this, you get to get a lot more life lessons in you, that the cards are going to be stacked against you more often than not. And how do you respond to that? And I love the way that the Saints are coming out and playing. They're playing hard. They're playing tough. They put in all the work, the same amount of work as everyone else in the region. It's just not going to go their way this season. And coming out here, just coming into the games with 2 wins on the season, 2-20, 0-14 in the conference, showing up. It's a long travel from California. You got to appreciate the effort from the boys. And they are playing tough down there, but Naeem Colston doesn't care how hard they're playing. He's going to put that offensive rebound back in. 25-6, a 19-point Apache lead. 13 minutes to play in the first half. That's right, folks. 13 minutes, and it's 25-6. There's Buena's own Hawthorne. There we go. This is why in high school we called DeAndre Hawthorne DeAndre Rawthorne. Defense like that. He was just raw as a defender. And you saw Hawthorne, he wanted to slam that one home. Couldn't get it going. Couldn't get that high. Look, I know what it's like being under 6 feet and trying to get that 10-foot rim, okay? It just is what it is. That's going to be the second time out of the half, 27-6. It does give me an opportunity to thank more Cool FM Live sponsors, the Ed Morse Automotive Group of Sierra Vista, formerly Lawley Automotive. You can drive in today and experience the difference for yourself. And also Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across Cochise and Santa Cruz County. That does mean Douglas, Arizona. A pretty big expansion into Douglas happened, and I'm happy to report, because I was the one that spearheaded that it is working out for employees and clients alike in the Douglas area. If you struggle with activities of daily living, give Synergy Home Care a call at 520-685-1035. Learn how you can get that in-home care paid for by the state of Arizona and private insurances. Timeout is over. A 21-point lead for the Cochise College Apaches. And they are putting it on the Saints right now, coming out of a timeout. You don't like that turnover. If you are a Saints fan, as Chase Murray's going to put that one in. Joel Broken Bro has got to not be happy with that turnover coming just out of a timeout for the Saints. 12:34 to play, 23-point lead for the Apaches of Cochise College. This three-pointer is going to be up and short by Termazi. DeAndre Rawthorne bringing the ball up court for the Apaches. Rawthorne over to Murray. Jackson Tunbridge, he doesn't need much. Got a little bit of an open shot, but missed it. So Tunbridge, a very surprising 0 for 2 to start. The ball's going to be knocked out and going back to the Saints. Saints inbound the ball. Apaches giving no rest. Not a full court trap, but definitely pressing. And another steal from DeAndre Rawthorne. Naeem Colston at the rim lays that one up and in. A 25-point Cochise College Apache lead in Douglas, Arizona. A lead that I am here for, because I am done broadcasting heart attack games. I'm not. I love them, but it's nice to get this kind of a score line in Douglas for the Apaches every once in a while. That's going to be a foul. Number 11, DeAndre Rawthorne committing the foul. The ball will be taken underneath by the Saints. Inbounds. A good drive into the paint. Can the floater go? No, just a little bit too strong. Abeje did not like the no call again. Looking for the calls from the ref. Never a good sign. Colston. Bad switch defense from the Saints. Colston attacks the rim. Can't convert the three-point play, but will go to the line for two. 11:31 to play. 31-6. The scoreline here in Douglas, Arizona, home of the Cochise College Apaches. You're a first-team All-Region, Zeke. Did you win Offensive Player of the Year? Oh, I thought you. Well, so we do. I don't know how much you keep up with your alma mater, but Douglas High School's got some beasts in there, spearheaded by Diego Lopez. And Colston no good, 32-6. Apaches with a 26-point lead as the Saints bring the ball up court. Jaden Doss gets it over to Beje. That one's going to be knocked away. Jackson Tunbridge, Spirit of the charge, throws it up. Oh, couldn't convert the alley-oop. Murray misses a layup at the rim. The Apaches trying to put on a show just like the old Lakers of the 80s. That's going to be a blocking foul on Naeem Colston. And I can feel Zeke saying that is a charity call right next to me. 32-6, 11:04 to play in this first half. NJ's going to check back in. Mark Clegg Jr. Assassin at the rim. I don't know if he's going to take this as a disrespect, but one of the best finishers I saw at the rim with my own two eyes was Fortuna Ngawa for the Lady Apaches. And he reminds me a lot of Fortuna, where it doesn't matter the kind of shot he gets at the rim. It's going to go in. He could not be looking at that rim. It could be a 180 degrees behind him by the time he jumps up, does the 180-degree turn, and puts it in every time. Not every time. He'd be 100% if it was every time, and I've never met that. Making his impact on the game, getting back in. He gets that defensive rebound, 32-7, after one free throw was good. Chase Murray wants to show off his range, gets his man up in the air. Murray going to be met in the paint through the contact. Finishes 34-7, a 27-point Cochise College Apache lead. Oh, that's right. That's Diego who loses the ball. Chase Murray slams it home. Chase Murray playing big minutes in this first half. 36-7, now a 29-point Apache lead. Saints not happy, but it's not about getting kicked in the mouth. It's about how you respond to getting kicked in the mouth. Just like my Chiefs in the Super Bowl, they didn't respond very well. So let's see if the Saints can put on a better comeback effort. That's a great drive by Termazzi. He was fouled by Chase Murray. And now a chance for a three-point play for the Saints of Christian Community College. Zemanete comes back into the ballgame for the Apaches. For Chase Murray. Chase Murray, who just took that game over in the last few minutes. Three-point play converted. Good job there by Moshe and Termazzi. Apaches want to go quickly. Isaiah Smith back into the ballgame now. MJ, he doesn't need much of an invite to drive in. That's going to be an offensive foul on Mark Clegg Jr. Jerry Carrillo, NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach Jerry Carrillo, laughs that one off. I think that was kind of a charity call as well. 36-10. It was a by MJ. You can't be mad at it, but how mad can you get? Up 26. It's going to be Dobbs as he puts in his first three-pointer. A little bit of a run for the Saints now, trying to get back into this ball game. Still down 23 points. Rawthorne over to MJ. Tunbridge now to Zemanete. Isaiah Smith, he finds the opening. Smith tried to slam it home. The All-Star game in the NBA just happened. Just trying to put on their own dunk contest. It's Arizona tonight. Good up and under move, but could not finish at the rim. Victor Mendez, haven't called his name out a lot tonight. Mark Legg, he's going to lose that ball at half court, but he gets back on defense and swats that one. Rawthorne with it. Jackson Tunbridge, the three-pointer. There we go. There's the Aussie special. That's what we see. Opens up that 26-point lead for the Cochise College Apaches one more time. Termazzi with the ball. He's got Zambonete on him. He's at the free throw line. The step back jumper fade away, no good. Going to be a foul on the floor of the Apaches, and nothing going the way of the Apaches in terms of officiating. Doing a good job to fight through this with a 26-point lead. That foul is also called again. DeAndre Rawthorne, that is his second. Technical foul. I wonder who this is going to be called on. NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach Jerry Carrillo called for a technical foul. See, Craig not happy with this one. He's laughing it off as well. Emoshi Tarmazi going to go to the line. That's going to be 3 free throws. He had 2. Turn the bonus. No, I broadcast high school basketball, Zeke. They did away with that a long time ago, brother. So, okay, so if he makes one, there's one. Now he's got 2 more free throws. He's got a technical free throw, and I heard the word ejection coming out, so we got to be careful of that. The Cochise College Apaches, 39-15, a 24-point lead. So those were both technical free throws. Now the 1-and-1. Thought there was only one technical free throw. Okay, my boy Z. It's not just because I don't watch basketball. He's confused too. The third one up and good. So that's 4 from 4 from the free throw line for Moshin Tormazi. A bright spot here for the Saints of Community Christian College. 8:57 to play. Still a 23-point. Okay, never mind. Here we go. Looking to make it 5 for 5. Tormazi is no good. Had to miss one eventually. 39-16, a 23-point Apache lead. Jackson Tunbridge. Jackson, just like that, as Zeke says, he got him right back. That was quick. Now 42-16, back to a 26-point Apache lead in Cochise College Gymnasium in Douglas, Arizona. Driving on the inside. Montone, he's going to throw this one away. Ben Henderson with it. Henderson going up. He's going to be fouled. Going in line for 2. Dobbs doesn't like the call. 8:26 to play. Ben Henderson going in the line for 2. Henderson out of Ames, Iowa. Thanks to Caitlin Clark, we know that Iowa produces a lot of shooters. So much so that they're growing sports that weren't as popular back in the day. Henderson up and go with the first one. Who's a better shooter, Zeke? Ben Henderson or Caitlin Clark? Exactly. It's a tough one, right? I've seen Ben hit some crazy shots. Would you say Ben is under the radar? Would you say Ben is under the radar as a player? Yeah. Not a lot of people take notice of him. Got to get you a microphone in the second half. This is going to be terrible with dead air. First one up and good. Once again, Moshin Termazi. Moshin from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Up and good with the second one. Don't put that man on the line. 44-18 your score in Douglas, Arizona. Jace Johnson goes quickly. MJ drives on the inside, misses a finger roll. We don't see that much at the rim from Mark Legg Jr. He goes back up and misses short again on a tougher look, but we still expect him to put those in. Jaden Doss with the rebound, bringing the ball back up court now for the Saints. Termazi, the bright spot for the Saints. He's going to put this one up off Ben Henderson, and good defense from Henderson forces the errant finish at the rim. Jackson Tunbridge into MJ. Mark Legg Jr. spins around Tunbridge. He's got an opening. 3 for his last 3. Jackson Tunbridge. You can't give him an inch because he's the definition of taking a mile. 7:35 to play. 47-18. The lead back almost up to 30 points again for the Apaches of Cochise College. Tarmazi driving to the inside. Good defense from Mark Legg Jr. Ball's going to be out on the Saints, going back to the Apaches. 7:24 to play in this first half. Zeke, is there a running clock in community college basketball? Is there a running clock in Cochise or community college basketball after a point threshold? So no danger of that. Mark Legg Jr. now to Ben Henderson. Zambonete is going to try the three-pointer. No good offensive rebound. And what a pass from NJ. A Swiss Army knife of a player finds Ben Henderson on the inside. Lead back up to 31 points now for the Cochise College Apaches, 49-18. If you're here for the drama, folks, you might be disappointed the Apaches putting on a clinic of basketball here tonight, offensive and defensive. Dobbs going to be open for three, hit his last one, but this one's going to be just off. Ben Henderson with the rebound for the Apaches of Cochise College. Jace Johnson bringing the ball up court now. Henderson is wide open. Can't get that one to go. Dobbs with the rebound for the Saints. Bring the ball up court. It's going to be Beige. Just outside the free throw line, in and out. Touched every part of the rim, but did not drop into the net. Mark Legg Jr. with the rebound for the Apaches. Jace Johnson, he's going to drop the dime to Zambonete. And the Cochise College Globetrotters now full in effect, 51-18 over the Saints of Community Christian College. A 33-point lead for the Apaches. Still playing tough. Great defense as well. That's what you love to see. This is going to be a deep three, up and good. Elijah Beji puts that one in. Lets everyone know about it. Down 30 points. Certainly a choice. Jay Johnson with the ball now. And to Mark Legg Jr. Jackson Tunbridge to answer off the back rim and no good. Jackson was walking that one off. He thought it was good immediately, and I'll be honest, I did too. A 30-point Apache lead as the Saints corral the rebound and bring the ball up court. Termazi going in and can't get the finish. Jace Johnson's going to get the outlet pass. In the paint, Johnson, he's going to be fouled. He's going to go to the line for two. These free throws are going to be brought to you by Cool FM Live sponsors, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, and also the Ed Morse Automotive Group of Sierra Vista. Drive in today and experience the difference for yourself at Ed Morse. Bigger crowd than I was expecting here for this game. Up and good with the first one, Jace Johnson. The Apaches have, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about this one, Zeke, I feel like there's been a lot more attendance this year for both teams than there was last year. So you can correct me if I'm wrong, but for both teams it seems like the attendance is up from last year. And Zeke says, say definitely, for sure. Jace Johnson up and good with the second one as well. I think so too, and the live streams, it's a catch-22 because people can watch them at home, but then they do get to see the athletes and the level of basketball that's being played here in Douglas, Arizona. Also doesn't hurt that it's free to get into these games, folks. You just walk in and watch collegiate basketball. Top of the key three, no good. Chase Murray with the rebound for the Apaches. Getting in the ball game, Nilson Genbot. Jackson Tunbridge. He is on fire, folks. He's got his spot. Someone might want to guard this elbow, although it doesn't really matter for Jackson. He'll hit him from anywhere. 56-21, a 35-point lead. Chase Murray, great defense in the paint. Ben Henderson throws this one up. There we go. Didn't even see checking into the game. Jeremy Galextebea puts that one in. The first time I've seen Jeremy all the way from Montreal, Canada. Cochise getting a lot of action for a lot of players. The rebound's going to be Genbot, Nilson Genbot. He wants to go quickly for the Apaches. Slows it down up to Chase Murray from Curry range. Couldn't get that to go. 4:17 to play. 37-point lead for the Cochise College Apaches. Saints looking for anything, and there's a three-pointer. Good shot from Diego Monten. Jackson Tunbridge, elbow three-pointer, up and good. Somebody's going to have to close out. Someone's going to have to close out on this man. Don't adjust your television sets, folks. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not skipping. It's not repeating. Jackson Tunbridge keeps getting left open on that elbow three and putting it in. I think it's 5. I think he's got 5 3-pointers, 4 or 5. Good job here from Tormazzi, working an open shot, but that does not go in. Chase Murray with the rebound. Waste in the chat says, where the kid Naeem Colston was in the ball game. He has been taking a rest. Naeem Colston, the last time we saw him, was taking the game over. So probably having too good of a game. NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach Jerry Carrillo wants to save that for a little bit more of a competitive game. It's an old baseball adage. Don't get all your hits in one game. Save them for the other pitch. Chase Murray just outside the free throw line puts that in, 63-24, 3:12 to play in the first half, and Cochise College almost opening a 40-point lead on the Saints of Community Christian College. Dobbs with the ball. Tormazzi, who's been a very good player for the Saints, puts that elbow jumper up. Chase Murray's gotten the last 15 rebounds, I think, for the Apaches. Up to Ben Henderson, and a good finish from Calix DeBea, 65-24. Drive on the inside. That's going to be a foul and free throws from Elijah Beji. 2:41 to play, and a 41-point lead for the Cochise College Apaches as Gerald Morgan in the chat says, "Ha, guys." I'm going to have to meet Gerald in real life and know why he says, not hi. Could be an autocorrect thing. You never know. Do see some Lady Apaches on the other court. Unfortunate they didn't get to play tonight. You do all that work, Zeke. You put in all those hours in practice, and then you play the game. That's a little disheartening. First free throw up and good from. It is a free win, and the players are healthy. That's a great pass. Henderson into Murray. 67-25. Chase Murray with authority throws that one down. That one's going to be knocked away. I don't have a number 2 on my roster. Throwing back Dobbs. He's going to throw this one inside. Good pass and finish by Elijah Beji. 40-point Apache lead. 2 minutes to play. They are threatening the century mark in the first half. It's video game stuff out there, folks. This one's going to be knocked away. Great defense from Dobbs. Gets it to the inside. Jackson Tunbridge. Not known for defense. Who says he can't play it? 2 big swats tonight from Jackson Tunbridge. 25 seconds on the shot clock. 1:47 on the game clock. A 67-27 Cochise College Apache lead in Douglas, Arizona. Beje. He's going to have that one swatted by Ben Henderson. Apaches in full form, not only offensively, but defensively. That one's going to be thrown down. Jeremy Calix-DeBea puts that one in. He's 3 for 3, by the way. This person that's never been on a roster for me. Coming in and just taking this ball game over offensively for the Apaches of Cochise College. 69-27, a 42-point lead. Dobbs is going to be met at the rim through the contact, able to finish the floater. A 40-point lead for the Apaches. Genbot over Chase Murray. He's got that range, decides better of it. Chase Murray just outside the free throw line, off the front rim and no good. Now crossing the minute mark in the first half. Saints looking for an opening. Chase Murray, it's too easy. It's just too easy. You can't challenge that way. You got to throw your – you can correct me on this, Zeke, but someone's got to throw their body in and try to force the separation. They're just running in there. Zeke saying, you got to do something, especially in the paint. You're outsized by Chase Murray. That's just too easy for him. Floater on the baseline. That's going to be up and no good from Tormazzi. After a few, JC slams it home. 71 points in the first half for the Cochise College Apaches. Are you not entertained? The three-pointer up and good. Beje, I'll tell you, it's certainly a choice every time he hits the three-pointer. 71-32, a 39-point lead. We're celebrating three-pointers. So, hey, whatever you got to do. Ball's going to be thrown away, and at half court, up in no. But what a first half of basketball for the Apaches of Cochise College. 71-32 in the first half. So before we take our break here, you can see the clock ticking just under 15 minutes before we come. I'd like to thank the people who brought us out here. First, the Cochise College Athletic Department. It has been an honor and a privilege to broadcast these amazing athletes for Cochise College. Also, thank you to Cool FM Live Sports sponsors, SSVEC, Sulphur Spring Valley Electric Cooperative, and also the Morse Automotive Group of Sierra Vista, formerly Lawley Automotive. You can drive in today and experience the difference for yourself at Ed Morse. Also, thank you to Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across Cochise County. That does include Arizona. Progressive expansion. Very well. So thank you to everyone for getting the word out. Everyone knows about the amazing service of non-medical home care for your loved ones. Call them today at 568-51035. We do have our, thank you so much, sir. We have our stats of the first half, and as expected, as we start off with the Saints of Community Christian College, Mozzie, 9 points. From free throws, great. Beji, 13. Oh, he did hit those three-pointers. 13 points leading score. That was under my radar. I didn't know that was happening. And Beji also with rebounds. Mozzie with 4 assists in this ball game so far. Not ball very efficiently, 25% from total field goal, under 30% from three-pointer, but at the free throw line, 71%. For Cochise College, leading scorer is Jackson Tunbridge, 5 of 9 from three-point range, followed by Chase Murray, who is 6 of 9 goals, and also 2 of 2 on authoritarian dunks. Ben Henderson, 11 points, is the third leading scorer, so 3 players in double digits for the Apaches. Jeremy Clixtabea with 8 points for 4 shooting. Has not missed. Leading rebounder for the Apaches, Mark Blake Jr. with 9. Leading assist getter is Jace Johnson with 6. Crazy numbers here all around for the Apaches. They are shooting 3% in the first half, almost 50% from three-point range, and 83% from free throw range. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here in Cochise College in Douglas, Arizona. 71-32 your score. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with second half action for the Apaches. I have a cameraman. Self. right, folks, we are 30 seconds away from coming back into this action in Douglas, Arizona. Cochise College Apache basketball, and it has not been the most competitive of games here tonight, which we are here for. 71-32. The Apaches on top of the Saints, excuse me. Boy, Zeke's back. Hold on. Zeke, say hi to the people.
Hey, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening right now.
Ezekiel, the team manager for Cochise College, what was the halftime message from NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach Jerry Carrillo?
There was just a few errors that we needed to correct. We just want to honor the process and do what we need to do rather than get the temptation of trying to do our own thing, keep running our offense, and keep getting more practice and be more efficient at that.
That one's going to be a foul called at the rim. Alexandra Zambonetti did not like that call, but going to the line for 2 free throws is going to be Victor Mendez for the Saints from Community Christian College. Under a minute gone in this second half of play. Zeke, the guy on the mic's the one I was asking all the questions to that you couldn't hear earlier. First one up and no good from Mendez.
How are you doing on this wonderful evening?
It is a great evening. I would have loved to be here for the Lady Apaches. I think I gave Michaela Silas the best nickname in all of the world.
Yeah.
So was looking forward to seeing her play again, and Kay Money and the girls down there. But it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. Especially teams coming from California. We see the boys. They only have 6 players on their roster as well that came out. So it's always tough. People forget about the travel part of it. It's not video games. You just don't click an X button and you're there playing in an arena. That's not what happens. That one's going to be turned over. Still a 40-point Apache lead after that offensive possession for the Apaches. Chase Johnson's going to bring the ball up court for the Apaches. Isaiah Smith swinging the ball around the perimeter. There's Ben Henderson. He finds an opening, drops it into MJ. MJ, a quiet night offensively, but is in double-digit on rebounds as Isaiah Smith defensively gets that ball back over. Ben Henderson goes strong into the hoop and puts it up and in. Now a 42-point Apache lead. Great drive by Ben Henderson. Zambonetti is going to come away with the steal. Jace Johnson up to Henderson again. Ben Henderson slamming it home. 77-33. Apaches on top of the Saints. That one's going to be up and no good. Jace Johnson with the ball now for the Apaches. Johnson gets it out to MJ. Good spin move. Mark Lake Jr., he's just too nasty on the inside.
It's that spin cycle. Nobody can stop it.
Would you believe that's only his 4th point, Zeke?
Really?
Yeah, only 4. He hasn't shot it. He's got double-digit rebounds.
Oh, yes. He's been crushing the boards. He's been eating up the leftovers, but oddly crazy that it's only 4 points.
At the free throw line, leading scorer now 17. Vichet puts that one in, but they lose Zambonetti in transition. 81-35. The Apaches, I don't think they've come away with 0 points on a possession in the second half. I don't think they've missed a shot. Oh, no. I don't even know.
No. Oh, my goodness.
Do you think? I don't think.
I don't believe so.
Corner 3 up and no good. Apaches with the rebound. Ben Henderson. He's going to go quickly to Zambonetti and just loses that one. But this is the time to do that kind of thing and see and get that kind of connection going right now. You're up.
Exactly. That's like a
46 points.
Exactly.
Try some things out.
Those are the type of good turnovers that you want to not necessarily want to see, but those are the turnovers that you rather have.
Yeah.
Because that means that you're trying to push the pace and meet your player down. Sometimes it just doesn't work all the time.
And trying that right now, I think, that's when you want to do it. 45 points up. It's not really – the game's not in question, so you can work on a few different things to get that connection down.
Now that's his 6th point.
He must be hearing me. So MJ 4 points away from a double-double, and we have 16 minutes. Saints trying to work offensively. Good fake. Works up the open shot there one more time from Termazzi. Jace Johnson wants to go quickly. That's great body control from Jace Johnson. I thought he was going to fall over a couple times. Off one foot to finish in the paint. That is incredibly tough to do. A 47-point Apache lead, 85-38 in Douglas, Arizona.
And then coming off into this game, Apaches were coming with the mindset of just having to deal with business, treat this game like any other game.
Zarmati again. That's due for. I'll tell you. Moshin Zarmati getting it done. They lose Zambonetti again. I don't know how you lose Alexander Zambonetti, one of the tallest players on the court.
That's what Jace Johnson is so good at doing, breaking the circle, trying to get it to his men down. One thing that Alex does very well in is he runs his lanes, puts a lot of pressure onto the defense, especially when they're trying to push the pace.
Corner three, up and in for the Saints. If they would have shot like this in the first half, we might have ourselves a ball game. But as I say that, they keep losing the Apaches in transition. The Apaches have gotten 4 consecutive layups.
I say that's just a Christian community college issue right there, because
I think so too.
They need to go back on defense.
I think everyone's playing for the offensive numbers at this point. Exactly. The Apaches, good rebound there from Mark Clegg Jr. He's going to be fouled going to the inside. 15 minutes to play in this ball game. Contest well in hand, 89-44. A 45-point Apache lead. Naeem Colson checks back into the ball game, as well as DeAndre Rawthorne. Everyone around Cochise County knows Rawthorne from the Buena Colts program.
I had the displeasure of playing against them twice.
Oh,
fun.
Really?
Yup.
Douglas and Buena didn't schedule a game against each other this year. I was super upset about that one. Those are games that you can guarantee that we can come out for the Douglas Bulldogs.
But I did have the displeasure, but that game I was injured. So I thought he was cutting us up.
It was Rawthorne. AJ Forrest played on that team, and there was another guard. And Buena just has a legacy. Oh, it's Naeem Colston slams that one down. Buena Colston have a legacy of defending guards.
Yep.
First one we saw was Rawthorne.
Just a bunch of dogs.
Dogs. The D does not stand for DeAndre. It stands for Dog Rawthorne.
Dog Rawthorne.
From just above the free throw line, Beige. 93-48. Good shot. Still a 45 Apache lead. Naeem Colston, the spin cycle on the backboard. And I'll tell you what.
Spin cycle in his back pocket. He feels like he's.
I will say that the Saints look like they're not interested in playing defense in the second half. They came out with a lot of fire in the first half, and they were playing it tough, but it looks like the East versus West All-Star game defensively for the Saints right now.
Yo, they're just trying to play offense. It feels like it's a window dressing type of day.
It definitely is. And I give a lot of credit for the Saints coming down here. From California, only 6 people able to be fielded, and they're playing as hard as ever, and they're not quitting. Especially that man right there, Moshin Tirmazi. He's been playing a great game. Hasn't missed. That one's going to be Ben Henderson with the ball up court for the Apaches. Everybody slams that one home. Says if you're not going to play defense, I'm just going to the rim. 97-48 Apaches, 3 points away from cracking the century mark, and we have 13 playing this ball game.
Well, with this game, what do you say the Apaches has been doing great on, or one thing that they need to work on with this game?
All season, or just this game? Because all season or just this game?
Just this game.
Nothing. This is Naeem Colston slams it home again. A very quiet dunk. The gym's done going crazy. I think it's been a very perfect game for the Apaches. One thing that I am very impressed with is the mental fortitude from the Apaches. Everyone sees the record. The team's 2-20. They're 0-14 in conference, and they came out with the fire as if they were playing Eastern Arizona.
Yep.
So that's what I love to see. You can't take your foot off the gas, especially at this level. And they went up 15-2 in the early going.
Yeah, and that's what NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach
Jerry Curry, attaboy. It's tough to say. Oh, well, you get used to it.
That's what he was trying to tell us, that to honor the process, to keep playing no matter what type of competition you have. You will always have room to improve. So that's why we're trying to run our offense, trying to run it well and efficiently, and look at where the score is at. Once we play our brand of ball, that's how we get these type of scoring outputs. Our defense, score on possession.
The second that you think it's a cakewalk and you're better than the other team, you get blown out in the Super Bowl. So it just is what it is.
I feel like you're feeling it a little bit after that Super Bowl.
Man, it is. So Jackson Tunbridge checks in the ball game for the Apaches. There's a lot to digest about that Super Bowl. I said Saquon Barkley was not going to get 100 yards. I said Jalen Hurts might have 500 because he's going to be the one that has to beat us. He played well enough to beat us. Jackson Tunbridge, three-pointer up and no good. Good rebound from Colston to Murray. That's going to be up and good through the contact. Refs are going to swallow the whistle for the Cochise Apaches at the end of this game. The one thing I was surprised on, because I didn't feel like the Eagles would adjust their defense at all, and that you have Andy Reid as your offensive coordinator. He'd figure out how to attack it, and we just looked like we had no idea how to play offensive football.
Yep.
So it is what it is. I was right about everything except for the score and the winning team. Three-pointer up, and that's going to be the first mid shot from Ocean Termazi in the second half. Apache's trying to go quickly. Ball is going to be saved. No, it's not. It's going to be out of bounds. 101-49, your score. 101 is a significant number for me because the radio station in Kansas City that broadcasts Chiefs games is 101 The Fox. Just end the game now. Let's have it here.
Just have it there. Just end it. Finish it.
Tunbridge, he's going to be fouled.
Let's just go home. I'm kidding. No, I can't do that. Nope. I will not say that.
Okay. I forgot to do an audio check to make sure your mic was working, and it is. You'll be happy to know.
Okay, that's great to hear, because imagine if I was just yapping the whole time and I wasn't getting my point across.
You'd be surprised. It happens. Technology.
I can imagine. Especially, I'm not very tech savvy. It's very sad sometimes, especially with my age.
That ball's going to be knocked away. This is coming up with the Saints. It's going to be a foul in transition. 11:49 to play. 101-49. The Cochise College Apaches dominant in this ACC-AC conference game. You know what's funny is we talk about NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach Jerry Carrillo all the time. And my co-broadcaster Dave knew him because he goes into his restaurant, Texas Roadhouse in Sierra Vista, all the time. And he says, because he sees him on the stream, he's animated, he's out there, he's like, that is not Jerry. He's the nicest guy in the world. But you get him on the court. Competition does things to people, man.
No, and especially where, like,
let's just let Chase Murray slam that one home with authority. Anyway, continue.
Oh, no, I did not even need to finish my thought. With Chase Murray jumping out the gym like that, I don't need to say anything else, do I?
Community Christian College does take a timeout, 103-52. The score here. This is what's going to happen. I know, talking to the people around us, the fans and whatnot, not disrespectfully, but they're saying, you can only play who you can play. People forget conferences in college, high school, NFL, they're not legit top down. You're going to have some teams that struggle. And let's go back to this is credit to NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach Jerry Carrillo having the boys ready to go right out the gate in this game.
No, and then when we were coming into this game, we were already having that mindset of we're here to kill, we're here to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
Honor the process, honor the process, honor the process. That was our mentality coming into this game. And from what the score and how we've been playing this game, of course there's some tweaks that we can do, but just
it's
coming
basketball,
into this game,
man.
It's basketball.
It's quick decisions. Basketball is a quick decision sport. You don't get to think about anything. But, yeah, 103-52 kind of speaks for itself, don't you think? 51-point lead.
51-point lead. That's a whole two-quarter lead.
That's a lead that's bigger than my age, believe it or not.
How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see. It's 2025. I will be 40 years old this year. No, it's 20. Yeah, it is 2025.
I find that hard to believe. You look 32.
Thank you. I've always had a little bit of a younger face. That's what happens when you stay inside. Jackson Tunbridge, elbow three, no good. Naeem Colston, the rebound. Good pass inside. Chase Murray, the cutting. Naeem Colston. Oh, got to finish that one, Naeem. That's for your highlight reel.
If the highlight reel is going to be another layup, that's how you get the job done.
Yeah, I did a great job my whole life of keeping stress out of it, and waited later on in life when I was ready to get married and have kids. So I think that plays a lot of part in that.
Oh, great closeout. Ooh.
But good three-pointer up from Jaden Doss. Alexandra Zambonetti to check in as Isaiah Smith trying to answer right away. Long rebound going out to the Saints. Doss just hit the three, wants to challenge Rawthorne. That's not going to work out. DeAndre Rawthorne. Ooh, that one's going to be thrown away by Isaiah Smith. DeAndre Rawthorne, little known, I think, around everyone in Cochise County, Arizona, aside from Buena and Douglas, how good of a defender he actually is. Chase Murray! Go ahead, Zeke, sorry.
I was about to say the same thing. Chase Murray with the dunk. But you beat me to it. It kind of scared me a little bit, but we're getting through the motions.
You never know when something's going to make SportsCenter's top 10. You got to give them the call.
Oh.
You got to give them the good call. Zambonetti will check back into the ball game as there's going to be an infraction on the court. 9:46 to play. Thank you again to the Cochise College Athletic Department for bringing us out here at Cool FM Live to broadcast these games. And, folks, it's going to be a double foul on white 20 and black 3. But it is free to come into these games, and you see him dunking all over the place. We got the greatest shooter in America, Jackson Tunbridge. And I'll tell you what, Zeke, Ben Henderson, not far behind in that regard, to be honest with you. So thank you to the Athletic Department of Cochise College bringing us out here. Jeff Faulkner, AD, I could see all the way up there. Thank you as well to Cool FM Live sponsor, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, is always serving our community. Thank you to the Ed Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawley Automotive. You can drive in today and experience the difference for yourself at Ed Morse. And finally, thank you to my personal sponsor, Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista. What's Synergy Home Care, you ask, Zeke?
Oh, I can ask that. What is Synergy Home Care?
Synergy Home Care Sierra Vista provides non-medical home care, strictly non-medical, for people that struggle with activities of daily living, getting up in the morning, getting out of your bed, transportation, using the bathroom, washing yourself.
Wow, I feel like I need some of that.
Yeah, no kidding. I got back problems like you wouldn't believe. But you're not wrong about that. We service all of Cochise County. We just had, you're going to like this, a huge expansion into Douglas, Arizona that is going very, very well. So, Zeke, if you know anyone that struggles with activities of daily living, 65 or older is our target market, give them a call. 520-685-1035. The state of Arizona private care insurances will alleviate the cost 100% as well.
Oh, that sounds like a great margin.
Yeah,
great
just
bargain.
Call up today, see if you qualify. Private pay is accepted.
Oh, it sounds like they have everything.
And we do have Spanish-speaking representation.
Oh my goodness, that's the cherry on top.
Do you like to know where our Juliana, our Spanish-speaking representative, is from? Colombia, South America.
Really?
Yeah, she works in her own office in Colombia. It was funny because I said in the expansion after I came down here, I was like, I think Juliana's going to run the Douglas territory.
Oh, okay, I see.
Si hablo español, por favor. Ben Henderson with the ball now. Inside to Colston as we get back in the ball game. That's going to be a hand-checking foul. 107-55, a 52. That is crazy that I have to do math this high. Yeah. A 52-point lead for the Cochise College Apaches. Great question, Zeke, by the way.
Oh, of course. It was a pleasure to hear you talk.
I have long-winded answers. A funny story is someone from the office is like, can I ask you a yes or no question without a long-winded answer? I was like, you can ask me. I can't promise that I'm going to say yes or no. Jackson Tunbridge, fall away, three-pointer in the corner. I told you, he's just always open.
It's straight nylon all the time.
And yeah, it's straight nylon all the time. I don't think he knows the rim exists.
Nope. It looks like you're shooting a fish in a barrel.
Fish in a barrel, I like that one. Rising up over Zambonetti. I'll tell you, Alexandra Zambonetti doing a great job defensively tonight. Let's not lose that. There's a three-pointer up and no good from Tunbridge. Somehow no good. Feet underneath. Naeem Colston slams it in. Very respectful slam.
Very, very respectful slam. Run back on defense. Do what you got to do.
Peace Evershire in the chat says, good job, Elijah, talking about Elijah Beji. And if I'm saying that name wrong, don't hesitate to correct me, Pierce. Beji, the leading scorer in the first half for the Saints. Moshe Termazi might have a claim to that here in the second half. We'll have to see how the final stats come up. Dobbs, a good cut on the inside. And NJCAA Hall of Fame head coach Jerry Creo not going to be happy with that one. Jackson Tunbridge, a deep three-pointer in and out. Naeem Colston The rebound on the inside through the contact and finishes easily at the rim.
Now Colston is feasting down low. He's been feasting. All of his points have been coming from backdoor cuts and rebounds. He's doing all the dirty work for this team, and that's what you love to see.
You're not wrong about that. There's Elijah one more time. Pierce was looking for that finish. No good. Jackson Tunbridge, the lob! The ollie, the oop. Jackson Tunbridge to Ben Henderson. I told you the Cochise College Globetrotters are out in full effect right now, folks.
We're having our own all-star exhibition out here.
Stephanie Doss in the chat, no doubt. Cheering on Jaden Doss, says, go, Jay. Jackson Tunbridge again. Oh! Don't adjust your television set, folks. That's not a replay. That is Jackson Tunbridge lobbing to Ben Henderson one more time.
He said, turn it up. That's the max. That's the max.
118 to 57, 7:15 to play. I was going to say this in the first half, but didn't want to be disrespectful. I think what's left in this ball game are the handshakes. The Apaches getting it done against an overwhelmed Saints team. Naeem Colston's going to get that one rejected, but the Saints have stopped playing defense a long time ago. And I applaud the Saints out of Community Christian College. They came out with fire. They were trying as hard as they could, but there's a 40-point lead in the first half. I mean, the game was over, so you can't fault them for just wanting to put up some shots and play some backyard
like
court.
They just died on the vine.
There's nothing you can do. They have 6 players on the bench, on the roster right now.
Well, they can only play with 5 because one of them already fouled out.
Didn't know that. Wasn't even paying attention. Speaking of a violation, there's a shot clock violation. 6:25 to play, 120 to 57. Apaches with a huge lead. Coming back into the ballgame is going to be Nelson Genbot for the Apaches. Genbot with the ball, gets it over to Colson.
Oh, my goodness.
Finishes at the rim. Jeremy Clixtabea. It's going to check back into the ballgame momentarily for the Apaches as well.
Ian Colston is just cooking this game. He's just cooking. He's doing all the dirty work.
Well, he's getting rewarded for that, too, especially in the second half. All those rebounds.
Yep.
Transitioning into buckets. Rawthorne comes away with the steal. And a raw no-look pass to Alexandra Zambonete. The Cochise College Globetrotters, ladies and gentlemen.
DeAndre Rawthorne.
DeAndre Rawthorne. He carried that name over from high school. I was waiting to put it back in for Cochise College. That 3 balls up and no good. Zambonete, the rebound for the Apaches. Genbot, good pass inside. Zambonete can't finish. Good defense at the rim for the Saints, but that's only momentarily. Zambonete able to put that one back up and in. 126 to 57, 5:30 to play in this ballgame.
I feel like, oh, wow, with the bobble, with the pass. Alex Zambonete playing with the defense. Naeem Colston on the ball. Jackson Tunbridge fighting through the screen. But they've been playing switch balls, and, well, they've been playing great defense. They've been letting up on some open threes, but look at this defense that Nielsen is playing.
Yeah, not as aggressive, and it's not because of the lead. I think they just don't want to commit fouls. Oh, the windmill! Gosh. I told you we were going to get a dunk contest. We're going to give it to Hawthorne. Oh, there's Jackson Tunbridge wants the 3. Oh, he misses. I've never seen Jackson Tunbridge miss an open shot in my entire life. Floater in the lane, good, up and good from Elijah. 4:37 to play. Tunbridge, he's going to make amends right away. Up and no good, right again. Jackson Tunbridge missing to the right. Who opened the windows in this gymnasium?
They might have turned on the AC.
The trash
might be affecting the shot.
I have noticed that the boys like a little bit of a hotter gymnasium than the girls do.
Oh, we love a hot gymnasium.
I do not. I almost pass out every time. Colston up and under. Great job getting one man up and finishing through the contact. 128 to 59.
Colston's going to be the conference player of the week.
Someone is.
Mark my words, conference player of the week.
Colston, Murray. Like, there's a lot of players that are going to have
Jackson
20 to 30 points in this game. Colston gets this one up. JC up and in. It's not the prettiest, but it still counts as a dunk.
2 points is 2 points. I believe the Apaches are going to take it at that point.
130 to 59. Best dunk of the night goes to Chase Murray, and there's been a lot of them. Unless you give it to Ben Henderson on the alley-oops, but I like the authority that Chase Murray's throwing him down with tonight.
Of course. He jumps out the gymnasium every time he cocks it back.
Just crazy because he's like 6'9". He doesn't need to get any taller, any higher. DeAndre Rawthorne, we're all looking for him to dunk. Up and at the free throw line, no good. Rawthorne back inside. Great feed to Naeem Colston. Pierce Eversher says you guys are so bad on defense and decides to take that one away.
Oh,
but we got
it coming back into the game.
I understand in a game like this, emotions are going to run high. That's a 70-point lead for the Apaches of Cochise College. Just outside the free throw line is Elijah Beji. So I messed that one up. Can't get that floater to go. This one's going to be thrown away by Rawthorne. Bringing it up court's going to be Mendez. Up and under, contact and the foul on Naeem Colston.
At that point, if you're the ref, would you make that call or just let the game play out?
Me? There's 2:55 left to play. Here's a fun story for you, Zeke. We were up in Prescott, Arizona, where they used to do the 2A, 1A, 3A basketball championships. Not doing it this year. Pierce Eversher says, work on your defense. I'm sure they are. Pierce, everyone's taking their foot off the gas here. Not just kidding.
Everyone's relaxing right now. Everybody.
But so we were in Prescott, Arizona, and we had to do a radio broadcast for the St. David Lady Tigers because in the semifinals and finals, you can't show the video. Shout out Joshua Whiteside.
Joshua Whiteside coming off the bench. He's suffering a concussion right now, but
concussion? Are you sure?
No.
I was going to say it's his back, right? You don't want to dress him. He's got back issues all year. But yeah. So we're in the St. David Lady Tigers are in the championship game, and we're doing a call, and the clock's ticking down. And I'm sitting there, and I got my call ready to go about the championship, and then with 0.01 second, they call a foul.
Really?
I'm like, are you kidding me? So they're kind of anticlimactic for the call there for the St. David Lady Tigers state championship run. But it is what it is. It was still a great moment. It was the first state championship that my co-broadcaster and I got to broadcast, and emotions were off the charts.
How was that like?
It was crazy. And the ladies, so St. David, they support, it's a very small community, northeast of Tombstone. And they support their team. The gym's always packed. But because of that, it's not a big town, so nobody really watches. So we don't get the chance to broadcast them as much as a team like that caliber should. Deep three, up and no good. Shot clock was running down, 2:05 to play, 132-64. It's the same thing, but so Douglas has a little bit of it because I know you're asking me in your mind, Paul, why don't you go to Douglas more often? Douglas is tough. There's a lot of 2A teams in Cochise County, so they play each other a lot.
Yes.
Douglas doesn't have that luxury, which is why Chase Murray up and no good, which is why when I saw that Douglas and Bueno weren't playing, I was very upset because anytime we get a chance to do Douglas sports, we want to get out there and do it. Because you guys play in the Gia, and that's teams that are north of Nogales, so nobody knows a Rio Rico or anything like that. Yeah, so it's tough. Enough about that. 1:39 to play.
At this point, just let the clock run out.
No kidding. 132-64 your score. If it makes anyone from California watching feel better, I felt that same way with 10 minutes to play in the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Just let the clock run out. We're done. Chase Murray! Oh, give him the slam. That was the best one. Illegal screen. 1:18 to play, 132-64.
Oh, but on this broadcast, we had to be non-biased. A little bit of bias, but not too much during with these calls.
Zeke, I'm going to tell you right now, one thing I hate, and it's not you. Trust me, it's not you. But I'm going to let you know right now, one thing I hate is when broadcasters make referees part of the story. Because then everyone has a built-in excuse to why they didn't win, and nobody takes a loss, and there's no accountability anymore.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with this younger generation, to be honest with you. I blame the generation that birthed this generation. It's the parents, it's the coaches. You might have heard there were some extracurriculars at a Cochise College basketball game after the game, and it's just like, you lost, move on. It had nothing to do with the officials. You blew an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter. That's on you.
Yes.
That's for me. You just always look within. I've been screwed out of a couple big plays in my athletic careers, and both times I'm like, you know what I could have done instead of that.
Yep.
Like I forced him to recover a fumble and fell on the ball, and they said he was down. He wasn't down. They moved the pile 7 yards forward before he hit the ground, so the rest didn't know what was going on. I didn't say, I can't believe you guys made that call. I'm like, why didn't I just get up and run with that football?
Yep.
You always look at yourself, in my opinion.
Until the whistle.
Exactly. Chase Murray, he's going to be fouled. Nothing called. They are going to swallow the whistles with just under a minute to play. Saints with the ball, 132-65. A convincing 67-point lead for the Cochise College Apaches here in Douglas, Arizona.
Great defense by Chase Murray.
Chase Murray, I mean, you guys have a block party coming on. Hawthorne.
Oh, my goodness.
He tried. Jackson Tumridge. Oh, just run it out, Jackson. Up and good with the three-pointer. Now a 70-point lead. Jackson Tumridge. Barb Lane in the chat says, Community Christian demonstrated great effort through an exhausting game. You're not defeated unless you quit. You do not quit. Have a safe trip home. Thanks, Cool FM, for streaming. My thoughts exactly, and I don't think what a lot of people know is that Community Christian didn't show up until there was 10 minutes before the game. So they had a long travel day, and it was tough for them to get up here. There was a lot working against the Saints of Community Christian College here tonight. And again, I was super impressed with their effort coming out. They're 2-20, their own 14 in conference, and to still play that hard as if it means something, that's, again, perfect microcosm for what you're going to have to go through in life.
It's commendable.
There you go. Thank you.
It's very commendable.
That's the perfect word for that, Zeke. This one's going to be taken away from Murray, 6'5". Chase Murray is going to do the respectful thing and just dribble this one out. 135-69. Your final score in Douglas, Arizona, a 69-point victory for the Cochise College Apaches. Pierce Eversher back in the chat says, nice, Elijah. That's going to do it, folks. I think we might have post-game interviews, maybe or maybe not. Stick around. Coach Nelson from the Cochise College, 12-5, baseball Apaches.
What'd you think about that game so far?
My final thoughts on the game, Apaches came out and did exactly what they needed to do and didn't let up. Defensively, they took the foot off the gas, if you want to say that, defensively in the second half. But that's because you don't want to foul or anything like that. Don't give anyone a reason to get technicals, which could lead to suspensions or anything. Just play it out.
Definitely.
I think they did a great job.
I agree with you. Just do what you got to do. Treat any game as another opportunity to get better rather than just playing to the level of your competition. Always play to your standards. Always play to your mindset. And just try to get better with every game that comes up. And this is the final stretch. This is where the seeding happens. So
for sure.
Games, no matter how the other team's record looks, you got to take them at it like if they're undefeated every single time.
Pierce Eversher back in the chat says, great job. Like I broadcasted a game where those same St. David Lady Tigers that won state last year, the Valley Union Blue Devils were playing them, and because of injuries and illnesses, had 5 girls on the court. And they had to play state champions in 1A of Arizona. So it was always going to be uphill. So I broadcasted games like these before, and I just want people to know that fielding a team is half the battle. And there's, again, I don't want to be overly sentimental or romantic about sports, but honestly, sports is the perfect microcosm for everything you're going to go through in life. There's going to be adversity. There's going to be adversity outside of your control, and it's how you respond. Sometimes things don't go your way. You win some, you lose some. If you haven't noticed, the sports is a very big passion of mine. But let's go over the stats, Zeke, while we got it. Let's start first with Community Christian College. Their leading scorer, Elijah Beje, as Kiara Broken Bro in the chat, probably related to head coach Broken Bro from the Saints, said, Barb Lane, I agree, absolutely. Great effort by Community Christian College. But Elijah was the leading scorer with 22 points. Also made 6 of 12 from free throws, 7 of 20 from the floor. Not the most efficient, but 2 of 2 from three-pointer. 100% on that one. Moshin Termazi, 4 of 18 from the field, 2 of 9 from three-pointer, but was 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 17 points, and also cracking double digits, Jaden Doss with 13 points. Elijah Beji with leading rebounder with 8. Termazi, the leading assist man, with 7 for the Saints. We're going to head over to the stat-padded big box score of the Cochise College Apaches. Leading scorer for the Apaches. Who is it, Zeke? Naeem Colston with 27 points on 13 of 18 splits, 14 rebounds, a 27-14 double-double. Also had 5 assists in this ball game. Big numbers from Naeem Colston. Second leading scorers were tied. This one might surprise you a little bit. Nope, never mind. I read the wrong name. Ben Henderson, 23 points, also contributed 4 rebounds and 4 assists in this ball game. 23 points also from Jackson Tunbridge, 7 of 17 from the three-point line. Greatest shooter in America. Come on, Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Jackson. 7 for 17. I didn't think he missed that much, but we were just doing story time in the second half, so that's on us. Also in double digits for the Cochise College Apaches, Chase Murray, 41%. That's not bad at all.
That is great.
Jackson speaking of Jackson Tunbridge, and there's Naeem Colston as well. How are you boys doing tonight after a very solid victory? Got the one mic. You got to switch.
We doing good. It was a great team win.
Great team win as well. And I think mentally it was what I was most impressed with you guys. Everyone sees the record. The Saints are 2-20. They're winless in conference, but you guys came out like you were playing Eastern Arizona College and took them very seriously. 15-2 run. Was that kind of the message going into this ball game? Is you can't take anyone lightly?
What'd you say? Yeah. For sure.
If you can't hear, sorry, there's music.
For sure. Every team, you got to keep the same mindset. Coach Carrillo, make sure we do that every game. So it's kind of hard to slack off with Coach Carrillo, and everyone keeps a level head and keeps the same mentality towards every team. So yeah.
Absolutely, a very dominant performance. Naeem, leading scorer on the team, 27 points, 13 of 18 from the field as well. And great dunks as well. I liked how respectful your dunks got towards the end. Thank you. You also had a double-double with 14 points, 5 assists in this ball game. Kind of did everything. Did you feel like you showcased your full skill set tonight?
For sure. I just played off my teammates. Whatever they need me to do, I'm just there to do it, get the job done.
Jackson, you were 7 of 17 from three-point range, which I thought was a little bit low, but then it was 41%. So happy with your performance as well?
Oh, I could have made a couple more, so I don't know, but yeah, we got the win. That's all that matters. So.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I did say you had that one that was right in front of us, and I was like, that's the first time he's been open that I've ever seen.
Too open.
I watched you shoot a lot during warm-ups, and I've never seen you miss that.
Too open, yep.
So, foot was off the gas. Mentally, you guys were checked out. How difficult is it to stay in the ball game when you do have a 40-point lead going into the locker room? You come out, and you're still on fire, though.
Just have fun with your teammates. We don't get many games like this, win by a lot, so keep happy and love the game with all your friends. So it's a good game.
Sure.
Yeah, especially AC is pretty tough for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, boys. Well, that's all I got for you. Go ahead and shout at anyone. Let everyone in Cool FM Live and Cochise County know.
I want to shout out my grandma. Yeah, she's been with me through it all, since I was a pup, yay high.
What's her name?
Yvette Colston.
Shout out Grandma Yvette Colston.
Shout out the family in Australia. They're probably watching this, so all the family, mum, dad, my little brother. Shop VV Streetwear, vvstreetwear.com. Make sure I say that. But yeah, appreciate it.
I do have one more question for you, Jackson. We've seen a plethora of Australians in Cochise College. How'd you find out about the Apaches, and who got you down here?
My mentor for basketball in Australia, Vern Roberto. I chat with his boys, Jamal Darnell. Darnell actually went here a couple years ago, so he has a connection with Coach Carrillo, and I've always, looked at Cochise and saw my mentors and shit go through. So yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Great victory here tonight. The Cochise College Apaches victorious once again. Jackson Tunbridge, Naeem Colston, thank you very much. That's going to do it for our broadcast. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Don't forget to like the Cool FM Live Facebook page, the Cool FM Live Sports page, and subscribe to the brand new Cool FM Live YouTube channel. I am Paul Corder, and we will see you Friday in Buena for their play-in game to start their postseason journey.